Girl, we have so much to talk about. We are recapping NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives, now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Why, hello, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days, where we give you a full recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives. I'm your host, Tony Moore, and I am joined by some familiar yet new faces to today's Sunday's recap. We have to my far left an uber fan of Days of Our Lives and my friend, Mr. Dave Carey.
Hello, welcome, good morning.
And of course, he was here last week with us. And was it 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
What was last week?
No, I wasn't here.
Point proven.
On that note.
On that note, Mr. Michael Mattis.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Oh my gosh.
Doing well.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're doing well. Thanks for coming back.
Absolutely. I should have worn a tie.
Mark is not here. That girl is a working girl, and he has been put out on the street corner to make those coins for him and his husband and Billy Flynn. So big shout out to Mark. He should be joining us hopefully in the next couple weeks. Yay! But before we dive into today's show, I just want to remind you guys that AfterBuzz TV is trying out some new things, and I know that many of you have not been able to find our show, but we want to let you know, in order to find our show, you can find it now at AfterBuzz TV Drama. That's right, we are bringing the drama to you. So if you are a huge fan of other dramas, including our soaps and any other dramas, you can subscribe now to AfterBuzz TV Drama. And if you are a huge fan of other genres, such as comedy, sci-fi, superhero, fantasy, reality TV, reality competition, animation, wrestling, sports, red carpets and events, and featured and originals, you can make sure you subscribe to those channels as well to make sure that you are always notified when your favorite videos are up and coming. And we would love to hear from you guys. So please let us know your thoughts and feelings. You can tweet us at AfterBuzzTV or email us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. Boom. She's
Bam. Say that one more time.
Right. I think I covered everything. Perfect. Big shout out to Steve in the booth. Hey, Steve, how are you?
I'm doing great, guys.
Hi, Steve.
Doing wonderful. All right, so now that we got all that out of the way, thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching us live, thank you for spending your Sunday afternoon with us. And if you are following us on social media, or if you're not following us on social media, make sure you are. We are DISHIN Days on Instagram and Facebook, and @_DISHIN Days on Twitter. So, what did you guys think of? Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. It's like we start this show off with a bunch of announcements, so we have to, pay the people. So make sure you also look at our other soap shows. Right after this, we have Restless Wrap Up, followed by GH Report. So make sure you love and support them as well. Now, guys,
all right.
What did you guys think about this week's episode of Days?
Well, the big wedding happened, and, kind of didn't happen.
Monday was like a week's worth of episodes, I felt like, all in one.
Mm-hmm.
It was very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Then it slowed down the rest of the week, which was fine.
Yeah.
A little balance.
Yeah.
But it was solid. It was good.
This week, I was just like...
Yeah.
Like
had to catch your breath a couple times.
Yeah. There was a lot happening this week, and of course we asked you guys to describe this week by saying it with dual emoji, and I'm picking this emoji that was sent to us from @BettyJeanSpotta4. She sent the tea spilling emoji. Which is amazing because there was so much tea being spilled this week. So I felt like that was very appropriate. So Betty Jean, thank you so much for saying it with dual emoji. And also make sure you get your dual emoji app available on iPhones and Androids. Ding. All right.
I totally misread your tweet last night and made a tweet with emojis. And I was like, ah! And then I looked and I was like, oh, crap. And then deleted it right away. So no one probably saw it, but
Oh,
I was
boy.
like, I don't have the the app yet.
Well, you need to
I know
get
I
the
need to
app.
get it.
Well, yeah, that's the only way you can say it with dual emoji is if you have the app. Well, I am also today not doing my job very well because, as you can see, I forgot all of our normal props.
Oh.
Yeah, but
we're not being good guest hosts either.
no,
we're supposed
it's-
to keep you in line.
Well,
No,
I
it's
noticed it
fine.
when it was too late, and
oh,
it's fine. I remembered when I walked in, I was like, ooh, I have to make sure I set up the hourglass and stuff. And then I sat down and I was
They gave
like,
you that.
it's now time to start dishing days. And then it was just over.
the
So,
announcement through you.
yeah, that is true too. So,
Distraction.
with that, it is now time to start dishing days.
flip the hourglass.
Right. All right, so let's start with the biggest thing that happened this week, which is,
The wedding.
yes.
The wedding.
Oh,
Finally saw who the person was.
yes, which everyone speculated that it was going to be Ben, but
I feel like it had been like outed before
Yeah.
Friday,
It
last Friday,
was.
that it was going to be him. So these episodes are probably locked like a month or so in advance. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
why didn't they end Friday like on Ben's face? I feel like that would have been a better cliffhanger than
Yeah.
than just showing someone and not showing who it was.
Well, you know what? I like that they threw us off last week
With Doug and
and Julie.
Oh yeah, in the
That
middle of
was
the
good.
episode,
That was good.
funny.
So then it was kind of like, oh. And for 2 seconds, yeah, I had a blonde moment. No offense to blondes. But like I was like, oh, maybe it's not Ben that's coming to the wedding. And then when the other feet came in, I was like, oh boy, something's about to go down. But I like that they waited until Monday.
Yeah.
Because he had so much of an impact when he opened those doors.
Yeah.
And and he was just gagging everybody left and right. And I was like, oh. And what I also love though is that seeing Ben, Abigail had a moment, like an inner
Her
like,
punching
outer-
him
Yeah.
was amazing.
Oh.
Well, no, before
Yeah.
that, like she
Before
had
that.
this moment where she
yeah.
like
It was
kind
like
of
an
like
out of
it was a
body.
taking back her. I called it her taking back her power. Like,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
was kind of like just in her head for.
Mhm.
for
Am
a
I
few
going
minutes.
crazy for a minute?
Yeah.
But I'm
Mhm.
not.
And then when she came out of it, she was like, "Oh no, f this," and
Yeah.
hauled off and
Yeah.
socked the guy.
Yeah.
So go, yeah.
That punch was
It is not a
everything.
good day's wedding without someone getting punched.
Right.
It's not a good day's
Yeah.
wedding.
I feel like we all get nervous with weddings because we're like, what's going to happen? Because
Mm-hmm.
they never really quite go as beautifully. Well, I mean, Will and Sunny's
Will and Sunny's
did.
wedding was like flawless.
Yeah.
They had the incident at the beginning with the marriage license. Was it the license? There was something.
Will and
there was
Sunny?
like a little hiccup before, but it all Sammy and EJ managed to clear it up before.
Yeah, yeah.
But, and then it all went.
Well, they kind of did
smooth.
that this time with Abigail and Chad too, with
Yeah.
her marriage not being final or
Right, well,
annulled
Dario.
with Dario.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then
you know,
got-
they had to be some little blunder.
Yeah, of course.
But I like, again, like I said that week, I like that they kind of explained the whole Dario thing instead of just being like, okay, you're a no, bing. But like, it's not going to be that easy
Of
to like
course.
get an annulment. You know what I mean?
of course.
So Ben comes in spilling all kinds of tea, and I love when he was like, I got 3 words for you. Will is alive. I was like, what? And everyone just had a moment of like, why would he do that? And then it totally messed up Sonny
Yeah,
and
the
all
Paul.
those flashbacks.
That
of
was
him and
oh.
Will.
That got to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That got to me.
Yeah.
And his like just Freddie Smith's like reaction and his face and everything, you could just see like all the emotions coming back to him. And
Yeah.
he played it really well.
Yeah.
What I was wondering though, I was like, oh man, Chabby fans are going to be pissed because it was during
Stealing their moment.
it was during Abigail's vows.
Yeah.
And you know, Chabby fans are serious. Like
Yeah.
I've seen the tweets and stuff. They,
Yeah.
they mean business. And so I was worried. I'm like, oh god, they're not gonna like this because
Well-
because that the wedding was made more about Sonny and Paul than Chad and Abby, which later they had their nice.
They
little
had their
ceremony.
moment later.
They had their moment
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the big moment was for Sonny and Paul and the whole Will might be alive thing.
Which, I mean, how's that possible?
Well, that's what we've been trying to figure out all
Figure
week,
out.
but the dude won't talk.
I know.
Right. He won't say anything as to like.
Well, Marlena
why.
kind of got a little out of him, which
A little bit.
that was great. So.
Yeah. And so with Ben and him like kind of being reluctant to like say anything, with Marlena finally pulling some info out of him, we do find out that he was visited by someone, and it turns out he was visited by Clyde, who...
Which they had photos of it from the cameras.
Yeah.
Camera, yeah.
And I thought, for 2 seconds, I was like, Clyde is alive? Like, I thought...
Yeah, I've lost track of
No,
what
he went to
Clyde
jail.
He went
was
to
in
jail, but I
prison.
thought he got shanked.
I don't remember that.
Did he not get shanked in jail?
I don't remember that either.
Okay, so fans, if
I
you're
know
watching,
we need some people
if
out
you're
there.
watching this moment, please remind me if Clyde a few months ago was alive in jail, or did he get shanked, or maybe he got shanked and like didn't die.
Yeah.
That could
I totally thought though that he got shanked and died in jail. I think Clyde's visit to Ben was before he went to jail. Oh, okay.
That makes because
Oh,
Yeah, because he's been in the loony bin for a while.
he has been. I wanted to ask you all how you felt about this, because we touched on this last week when Father Louis at the last minute canceled because of a family emergency. But then when the double wedding didn't happen and Chad and Abigail got the okay to just go ahead and with their wedding, Father Louis suddenly appeared and was able to perform the ceremony. Now,
That did not occur to me at all,
Well,
honestly.
only
I thought maybe, the actor wasn't available those days. So they got him that day.
well, see, I really thought like a family emergency came up, like, you know.
Yeah.
But Mark last week kind of put it into perspective that like it's a Catholic church. Maybe because of the gay wedding, like Days had to kind of figure out a way to not have the father perform the wedding.
Yeah.
But it was okay for him to perform Chad and Abigail. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. No, I thought you were saying that the father had something to do with Ben's escape.
No.
Okay.
No, we're talking about the wedding.
Got it. Okay.
Good imagination.
That's what I thought you were alluding to, that the priest had something to do with Ben showing up.
No,
and
him.
No, you're talking the religious
aspect of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, if that were the case, kudos to Days for figuring out a way to like not maybe have people question that and be all up in arms about that, but figuring out a way to kind of maneuver it to where it makes sense, no one's really offended, and things still happen.
I am now that I know that. I'm like, now that you brought that up, I'm like,
I don't know
like,
if that's
come on,
true.
Like,
Like
if you're
that's
gonna do
just
this.
Yeah.
Like, just
It's speculation.
Do it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wasn't Will
never even occurred to me,
and
though.
Sonny married in that church, or what?
No, they were married at
the
Victor's
Kyriakis
house.
mansion.
That's right.
By Marlena.
Okay,
Yes,
so they
by
weren't in a
Marlena.
church.
Which I
knew
completely
it was Marlena.
forgot about. I was like, why wouldn't Marlena want to perform? I'm like, because she's Will's grandmother. Then I was reminded, no wait, she performed the freaking wedding.
Yeah.
There.
And,
Okay.
and again, Sonny asked Adrian to do it. Bonnie,
yeah, which would have been
so-
funny.
Okay, so if I have this, Adrian is still like in jail.
Yeah.
And just they haven't shown her.
They show her here and there.
They
But
show her
Yeah.
in there, but she's just in jail.
And I feel like, not to sidebar from what we were talking about, like they should have figured out that this woman is not Adrian.
They were very close. Very close. When Marlena got discovered a few weeks ago, they were
Right,
very
like-
close to like putting the pieces of the puzzle together, but then they just kind of dropped it. So,
Because now all the like asinine things she's saying, like
the whole thing she was saying in the church
Yeah.
when like Sonny like left.
Oh God, that was funny.
And Maggie was like, "Aren't you gonna go check on your son?" And Bonnie's just sitting there like, "I mean, I guess. I mean,
and when
I
she
think
like
he just
snuck
needs
next
a
to
space."
Victor in the they
that
were like,
was everything.
And she also said something else, like I forget what she said,
I
but
can't
Victor's like, "What'd you say?" You know.
yeah, because she
this is my
mumbles a lot. And
favorite part. That's it.
Yeah. She mumbles a lot, and then like Victor catches it, and then it's like, what? So yeah. Where are we at? Oh, the wedding in Ben. So
I mean, that pretty much took over the whole week.
It did.
yeah, I'm
Well, it
just,
took over Monday. Like that's all that was happening Monday,
and then
as
just
week
throughout
went
the
on.
week is him just trying
the
to
reaction, the aftermath.
Yeah.
And I felt like we got a good, like aftermath coverage from everyone we should have.
Yeah.
You know, like the day after, then there was like John and Marlena dealing with it, then
Yeah.
Kate and Andre dealing with it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
everybody, all the extra people involved, except Gabby. We really didn't get an immediate reaction from her. She
Well,
was,
the only reaction that she had was remembering finding
Finding
Will.
him.
yeah.
Which kudos again to Days because we all know Guy Wilson was
They just didn't show his
during
head.
yeah, and I was like, y'all are doing these cuts so good. Like, if you guys remember the flashback when Sonny and Will first met, they kind of zoomed it in a little bit because I think Kate Mansi was playing Abigail then, so they couldn't obviously show that. But what I appreciate is that they're not doing away with those flashbacks, but they're figuring out a way to like
make them work,
modify them so they can.
Yeah. Good job, Days.
Good job.
And also not have to pay actors that aren't on the show anymore.
Right. Or people just will get confused.
Yeah.
So, also, Ben came in, and I'm sorry, but he literally had me dying over some of the stuff that he was saying when he first got there. Not only with, like, the whole Will is alive, but, like, the whole thing of being like, oh, I should have, what did he say? Like, I should have dressed up.
He's like, I'm not.
Sorry, I'm not dressed too.
Sorry, I'm not dressed for the occasion. I should have worn
wore
a tie.
And I was like, oh. That was your odd, your not
my odd.
Not your odd to your.
Oh yeah, because that's how he killed. That's how he killed
Yeah.
everyone was
Yeah.
with the red tie. That's
No. I was saying that was your.
Yeah.
To that earlier, yeah.
I planned that yesterday.
He rehearsed it.
I love that you came in with a plan and thoroughly executed it. I appreciate that. There was something else that he said. I'm trying to open up my notes very quickly because I literally wrote, "Oh my God, dead," next to something that he said on Monday. But I do have to give a lot of kudos to Rob Wilson. Like, he is playing Ben so well. Like, if he is not nominated for an Emmy for his work, like, it's ridiculous. Like, he plays Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs very well. and
But then, like, back when he was playing, like, the nice guy, he plays that really well, too. Like, the charming, flashes the teeth. And,
Oh, this is what I... this is what I died about. So, they cut to the guest book, and Ben signed the book.
Yes.
I was dead.
Yes.
I was dead. I literally wrote, Ben signed the damn book. I am dead. Like,
that's right. I remember that.
I thought that was a great moment. So there's that. All right. So yeah. So that, I mean, that's pretty much what happened. The unveiling that Ben was there, and a lot of unanswered questions. A lot of people now have mixed emotions drummed up. Great reactions from Marlena, and thank God that John was there for her. Kate now being and I didn't think about this about the whole Clyde aspect because when
that was
Andre
good that they
went,
included that.
Yeah, when Andre went to like tap her on the shoulder, she jumped, and it's like, oh, now she's fearful of Clyde.
Yeah.
These writers are so good at bringing those little details like back, and you're like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, there was a point where they reminded us that Paige was Rafe and Gabby's sister. Actually, and that was something I was like, wait, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
These little details.
Very little but he was vicious with when JJ was like,
yeah.
Nope. Paige is
She's
still
worm
dead.
food.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right, worm food. Yeah. So
that's what he said. I kept going back. I couldn't understand what he was saying.
Worm food.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shady.
All right, so that's all that with the wedding. Now let's get to Sonny and Paul. So they obviously didn't go through with their wedding, all because, seeing Sonny kind of go back and forth as to, like, if he should believe Ben, should he not, and I think for him, with all those memories kind of being grudged up, he suddenly couldn't go through the wedding without knowing for sure if there was any, like, validation to what Ben was saying. So now they came up with the idea of having Will's body exhumed, to which Lucas was like, no. Drunk Lucas is terrorizing Salem.
Yeah.
Will Lucas please sober up?
As he walks into the reception for anybody out there and starts drinking the champagne bottle.
And they are giving some of the best material, because I love how he just took the whole champagne bottle, opened it, drank it, and then later with Chloe, he was like, this nasty champagne.
Yeah.
He's just like...
And there was a comment, too. She's like, are you driving? He goes, no, they took my keys from the last place I was at.
So Sonny and Paul are now dealing with that, and I mean, that's pretty much it with Sonny and Paul.
Yeah, that was pretty much the rest of the week. Just them.
And Brady's drinking too again.
Yes.
Brady's annoying.
Well,
this new tough, like rough Brady. I'm not feeling it.
It's more this like insecure Brady that's happening. Like between the stuff that's going on with him and Nicole, and like I feel like he's just trying to hold on to something. So
Titan.
Yeah, and excuse me, and like that whole thing with him and Sonny, like just having control over like who should have control over Titan and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, girl, you're in no position to, control Titan right now yourself.
No. Yeah, but Sonny did make a lot of bad choices, with firing everybody, and
I mean, yeah, we all make bad choices, but I mean,
sip the tea.
Tell us.
Yeah. Anywho, speaking of tea and it all being spilt, Chloe.
Big mouth Chloe.
Chloe came,
I know, but she all of a sudden was just like, I'm going to tell you all this at once.
I think because she's just like, I don't want to keep secrets. So first Lucas was her first tea sipping moment with. She was like, basically like, girl, let me tell you what happened at this wedding.
Your son might be alive.
Your son might be alive. Ben was there. Nobody got married. Like I really feel like this week Chloe was my homegirl, because she was just like, girl, let me tell you what went down. Then she goes to Nicole and is like, girl, I can't hold this from you. Eric likes you. That's why he ain't here.
Yeah.
And Brady knows about it. Everybody know about it except you. Like, now what you gonna do, girl?
See ya. You're my best friend again.
Right. So it's just like, I like that they have Chloe just kind of being that go-to person to be like, okay, let me tell you what really went down.
Yeah.
And then she just goes. But I'm glad that it's like out in the open, because now we're going to see what's going to happen, because Nicole decided to trek all the way over to the farm.
Isn't that the
farm? Where is this farm that he said something about Salem being in a dry, like is it like LA where they have microclimates and it's raining over the hill and it's bright and sunny in Valley?
Right.
Or
well, like because he was fixing the roof and like the storm was coming, and Roman asked Eric if he wanted any help, and he's like, no. I always feel like this: if it's not happening in Salem, then it's a ferry ride over from Salem. So I feel like the farm is where like the Horton cabin and all that kind of stuff is. It's just one ferry ride.
Because that's where people usually go when they want to escape Salem. They go to the Horton cabin.
Well, now they got
now
they have a farm.
But isn't this the same house that when they were hiding in Canada, Nicole and Brady? It looks like the same.
I mean, they reuse sets and just put another different picture on the wall.
Yeah.
Like the office is used for like the hospital, police station.
Oh, that's everybody's office.
Yeah, anytime, and then just hang different pictures on the wall.
But I mean, it looks
it's
almost similar.
Saving,
it almost looks similar to the house in Canada. Though. I was like, oh, is he in Canada again, or maybe Canada's over the river, the ferry away.
You can get anywhere in 20 minutes.
I love that in the chat room, Simone Francais, I believe that's how you say it, says, Chloe could not wait to unload that tea either. I knew it would be her who told. Let's see. Kenneth Sullivan says, hi, this week on Days of Our Lives, lots of shocker. Mind-blowing week. Thank you. I think that's what he said. I kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together. Yeah, so that's that. But Friday ended with Nicole dripping wet.
Yeah.
Still in her dress. Like, everyone was still dressed from the wedding that didn't happen.
Well,
like,
nobody has time to change.
I would have been home in my sweats.
See, that's you.
Right after.
That's you. See, that's why you wouldn't get a storyline in Salem. You're born. You have to keep your attire on if you want things to keep rolling.
I like to be comfortable.
Nope, you ain't got time to be comfortable.
Show my robe.
Right. you don't have time to be comfortable. Nope, can't do it.
There was an episode where they introduced Nicole and she was pushing the stroller in Horton Square, full on dressed in her wedding attire, and it was odd to me. I'm like, and I even wrote in my notes, I wrote something like, Nicole is still wearing her wedding outfit.
Well,
and it was just odd to me.
She's coming from the wedding. She didn't have time to go. If you're gonna be home, you gotta be home.
But I feel like when you're a mom pushing a stroller, you don't want to do it in heels and a cocktail dress.
It's Salem.
Okay, yeah.
Tell that to the women in Beverly Hills.
I was gonna
who wear
say
their Louis Vuittons and like they're like strollers that cost $5,000.
Their nannies push the strollers. They ain't pushing Jack in Beverly Hills.
They pushed it
Let's
out.
be real.
They pushed it out of the door before they moved out of the way and said, "Proceed."
take on.
Yeah. All right. I believe that is it with that. Now we're into tidbits.
Kate and Andre had some friendly scenes. Like maybe like their relationship is softening a little bit.
They almost had a moment
Yeah.
where they almost kissed.
Yeah.
But that's like a rule, right? No kissing.
Yeah.
No kissing. I think they finally just kind of established who they are. You know what I mean? Like, I think before it happened so quick that they weren't able to be like, okay, this is what it is. And I think this was that moment to kind of be like, this is what it is. And the fact that Andre was there for her as a friend because he kind of felt like what she's probably going through right now.
Yeah.
I think it was great.
Yeah.
I think it was a great moment.
Yeah.
There's a new commissioner in town.
Oh, that was that revealed this week or last week? It was
this
this week. Okay.
This week.
I knew she was good.
Yeah.
Mark's probably not happy, but
Probably. I'm sure he probably fast forward through that. So how do you guys feel about that? About Hope being the new commissioner?
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
The moment that I liked was when Abe explained why Hope was chosen and not
which
Ray.
makes sense.
And now
Which
it
makes
does
sense.
make sense.
Well, yeah,
Like,
because Valerie was like, "Doesn't she have a prison record?"
yeah, and he was like, she was
Yeah,
cleared of
but-
all that.
yeah.
And then for him to say, like, in this moment, Salem needs to feel safe. And if he had chosen Rafe, there's all this kind of controversy. Like, the smoke is still kind of
Yeah,
flaring
from his
with,
brother
like,
and everything.
Dario and everything like that. The only person who the smoke was kind of clear for was Hope.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Hope. She is.
She did.
And I like how
the
she
commissioner.
didn't pussyfoot with JJ.
Yes,
Like,
so-
suspended
I
without
know.
pay.
Yes.
Like she was kind of a hard ass, but then like after he left, you could see like there's still like she's not like completely hard. You know, she had to be the boss, and
Yeah.
then she was struggling with it a little bit.
Well, she's having that moment of like, oh, this job is going to
Yeah.
be tough because she's dealing with family, and
Yeah.
so now she has to balance that I'm dealing with family, but I have to like stick by the rules, and I have to be harder on them because I'm in this new position. But JJ was wrong though. Like,
And he knew he was wrong. Like
Yeah.
he took the punishment and left.
Yeah.
He didn't argue or anything.
because like I get his frustration, obviously, and anger towards Ben, and especially what he did to Abigail. Then don't put yourself in that room. Like
No.
you should have removed yourself from
But
that
that's
situation.
That's true to JJ's character though.
It's very true to his
He's
character.
protective of the sister and
Yeah.
the sister and the family, and then he acts out. He's
Yeah.
very reactive like that.
Yeah. But that got him suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So
Choices.
I mean, it got him in trouble before. Exactly, choices.
Choices.
Hashtag choices.
yeah. Speaking of choices, Rafe has a new partner,
Oh yeah, which
Eli. Which
well, I didn't even know he got onto the force.
Eli?
Yeah.
Well, he was fired from
The
the FBI,
FBI,
but
yeah.
this is like his way into Salem PD.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this underlying animosity between him and Eli.
Yeah.
Rafe and Eli. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of didn't come out of left field, but I mean,
Like, I get there was...
I don't remember them having any kind of.
Until
Until this, yeah.
the shooting and
Yeah,
almost
the shooting of
putting
Reigns.
Gabby's life into jeopardy. I
Yeah,
guess.
but I felt like he kind of explained, like, he made sure he had a clear shot, and he took it. And yes, it was a risk, but I feel like that's a risk that anyone would have
Yeah.
to take in a situation.
Yeah.
So, in the end, like, he saved Gabby, and Gabby's very appreciative about that, but it's just kind of like, why are you so mad? Why are you so mad, though?
Send him to Marlena. She can talk to him and
Oh,
make
gosh.
everything better.
Yeah. What does someone just said in our chat room? Let's see. Simone again says JJ always acts first and asks for forgiveness later. Carolyn Topple laughed when Ben said Paige is worm food. Daquan says, I am so sorry, Eli, that you are partners with Rafe. Clearly not a Rafe fan. Shout out to Kevin O'Connell, who is watching for the first time and in our chat. So,
Hi,
and
Kevin.
thank you, Mike Riley, for acknowledging that. Let's see. Kevin said, I did watch last week's episode, though, but wasn't live. This is my first time live. Thank you, Kevin, who obviously has a little crush on Casey Moss. So there's that. Yeah. And Kirsten says, I love Gabby and Eli. How do you guys feel about Gabby and Eli? You don't like it?
I just like him.
Eli hasn't grabbed me yet. Like, meaning like he's just there.
Right.
Like he hasn't resonated with me yet, and I still want Gabby with JJ. Like I thought they were very
cute together.
I really thought they were cute together. I thought they had a potential to be like a good long-lasting soap couple, but it hasn't happened again.
But we saw a little bit of that when at the Martin house.
When they were all drugged.
When they were all drugged, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
just hasn't.
I'm with you. I liked it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, there's some little suave about Eli with Gabby.
There is. I mean, yeah.
Or as our fan Willa would say, moan, 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 moan.
But I still see the chemistry between him and Eli and what's her name? Lonnie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because
yeah,
there was a
cute
moment
together,
between
too.
them.
Yeah.
There was a moment. Yeah.
They need to do more with Lonnie too. I feel like a lot of times she's just there.
Yeah.
Like, like do more with these characters you got.
Let's see. Meredith says, # Eli deserves better, and no to JJ and Gabby now. Keep her far away from Abby and Chad's orbit. Okay.
I think that's over, hopefully.
Betty Jean is Team Jelly, which is Gabby and Eli.
Team Jelly?
Jelly.
G-E-L-I.
Gelly.
Wait, Gelly? What did I say? Oh,
Jelly.
Gelly. Oh, Jelly.
You said jelly.
Yeah.
Jelly sounds better than Gelly, but
Gelly. Team Gelly.
if you're going with what do
I
you
like
call it?
Jelly.
Jello.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, hello, Sammy Brady.
Hi, Sammy Brady.
She's
Sammy
saying
Brady.
hello. Well, that's the screen name in there. Saying hello to Tony and the cast of AfterBuzz. Thank you. Taylor Jones, Sammy Brady, a legend. Yep. And of course, Daquan agrees. Yeah. So, anywho, what else is on here to talk about? Oh, that was it. Eli, Gabby, and Rafe. And I feel like that was it this week.
Doug and Julie had a little bit before they crashed the wedding. Or was that the week? Was that
was last week.
That was last week. Okay.
The only thing this week, Chloe realized that
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
is now
Doug's place.
Yeah.
She, in that moment when she stopped, she's like, really?
Like, almost like she looked at it and was like, that bitch didn't
Yeah.
ask me if I wanted this
Exactly.
place to be. But I always said TBD is to be determined because they weren't quite sure what they were going to do with that space. And years later, they've now decided it's Doug's place.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they wrote that in a script one day and we're just like,
We'll
we're
just
gonna
keep
call
it?
Yeah, let's call it TBD.
Sure.
It's cute.
Sure. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know for sure.
One thing I noticed when Abby and Chad, when they were doing their lovemaking scene, they always use the same music lately with any of the couples or whatever.
Oh my gosh, it was. I tried to remember it. It started off for once or something like that. I don't know. It was cheesy.
I noticed something that when what's his name? Brady was in the Brady pub, there was just a bottle of vodka sitting on somebody's table. Did you guys notice that when he and
Bottle service in the Brady
and
pub.
bottle service in the Brady pub?
Bottle service in the
It was
Brady
just like
pub.
it wasn't like in a bucket. It was just like a bottle on the table.
Wow.
Yeah.
And some dude was sitting there and got up, and I'm like, what's going on? It
Bottle
was
service.
odd. It was
Yeah.
not choice.
Well, you know,
But I
but
laughed.
he gave in though.
Yeah.
He didn't even have cups and mixers and some.
Yeah.
He had everything.
No, he just had the vodka.
he had himself
He was
Vodka straight.
It was
Yeah.
a bad afternoon.
He had himself a good old
Or a good afternoon.
time.
However you want to. Yeah.
What else? I just want to make sure that like everything has been covered because I feel like
there was a lot.
A lot of it was just trying to figure out what Ben meant, and I think that that was it. That was pretty much the week of days. So there's that.
Good week.
Good week.
Yeah.
I'm anxious definitely to see how these stories progress and what happens next week.
Yeah.
So
next week's the return of Sammy.
Yes.
I was gonna say, when is she? Because she is coming back.
Friday, October 13th.
How fitting too.
Friday
like,
13th.
Right?
You can't get better than that.
Someone couldn't have planned that
Yeah.
better than that. So, but anyway, let's go into our segments, and we're going to start with mine, which is obviously my favorite. It's Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Oh, snap! Okay, so listen. First off, I have to, like, give an honorable mention to Rob Wilson because he completely killed it this week. But I definitely have to give it to this moment. Play the clip, and then we'll talk. Yeah! Like, when this first of all, the moment I didn't even get a chance to watch the moment first because people were already tweeting us and being like, "Oh, this is it," and I was like, "Okay, girl." So, but then when I watched it, and everything was happening in slow motion, and Abby was having that like
the build up
inner body experience of like, "Am I going crazy? Are you here?" And there's like Ben just like looking at her like, you know, all crazy. And then she had that moment of like, "No."
Yeah.
And she was like, "I'm taking this power back."
Yeah.
And then we snapped out of it, and she was like, "You look." I was like, "Yes, yes, yes." So, Marcy Miller, Abigail, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
And she's really taken on this real well. Like, and when she first came, because I really loved, the previous
Kate Mansi,
really liked her. But I mean, she's done such a great job.
Oh, absolutely.
I've really enjoyed her.
And that moment, like, I just felt like she totally understood, even because she played post Crazy Abby. And Kate Mansi, and kudos to Kate Mansi, who won an Emmy for that. But to see Marcy kind of like take all that in, and you almost really felt like she really went through all of that. She really got into the character. So kudos to that.
Good job.
All right, it is now time for
Mark's Quote of the Week.
And even though Mark is not here, he sent in a lovely video so that you guys can know his quote of the week.
Look at him in his hat.
Hey everybody, it's me. Sorry I couldn't be there today, but I had to give you my quote of the week, which will be going to, drumroll please, dun dun dun, Ben Weston. Oh yeah, Rob Wilson gets it. His first line of the week, when he walked into the wedding and said, "I feel a bit underdressed. I should have wore a tie." Way to go, Days. I loved it. Hope you guys did too. Again, sorry I couldn't be there. I'm sure Tony is taking very good care of you and not talking about Billy nearly enough.
You're right.
So, you guys have to do it for me. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.
And that has been Clip of the Week.
Quote of the Week.
There we go. All right, and now it's time for Fan of the Week. And again, just going based off of people's feelings for this week, our Fan of the Week will be at James0479 from Twitter, who tweeted us and said, "I need a respirator, defibrillator, a heart palpitation monitor, CPR, an EKG, MRI, some KFC, and diet soda for all these shenanigans. #days." And I absolutely lived for that comment. I was like, girl, you got it all in that comment. So at James0479, Jamie James, you are our Fan of the Week. All right, so let's get into some news and gossip.
I want some KFC now.
Right? like a nice little $5 fill 'em up box?
Yeah.
That would be so good right now. So good. So just a reminder, Day of Days is happening November 11th. So make sure you come to Universal City Studios right here in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, to meet all of your favorite Days of Our Lives stars. They will be here, and it's a free event. So November 11th, mark your calendar. Hopefully you guys will make it out. Also, on Sunday, November 12th, friend of the show, Camila Banos, will be hosting a Zumba for Disaster Relief class. That's right, Miss Camila Banos will be teaching a Zumba class in an effort to raise money for all of the hurricane victims that have happened as of recently. So if you would like to sign up for that, go check out her Instagram. She has a link so that you can sign up, and make sure you do that. Also, congratulations to Freddie Smith and Alyssa, his girlfriend Alyssa, not going in the direction that you think it is, but they just started a vlog together, and they just premiered their first episode today.
Oh, nice.
So congratulations to them. Make sure you stay tuned because they're going to put out all sorts of other stuff. So Freddie and his girlfriend Alyssa, check out their vlog. Make sure you do that. And of course, Sammy Brady returns on Friday. So we are excited about that. Yeah.
She's back.
Looks like we have a few minutes to take some phone calls. So we want to hear from you guys on what you thought of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives. So give us a call at 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749. And while we wait on phone calls, any predictions on it? Okay. I'll ask this. Do you think Will is truly alive? Without even thinking about the stuff or anything that you've seen, do you think Will is alive?
I do. I mean,
Me too.
it's Days of Our Lives.
You both? Okay. Well, that was an easy question. All right, so we have a caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. You're on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Who do you think it is? Give me 3 guesses. You'll only need one.
I only need one guess because I'm very familiar with this voice. It is the one and only Mr. Mike Riley.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Correct.
Hi, Mike.
Blowing up my spot in the chat room, Mr. Moore.
Well, listen, you.
No, I'm teasing, man.
We'll talk after
going on?
this. I was like, I don't know what. Okay, great. So what did you think? What did you think of this week of Days?
Before we get into that, congrats on your Will and Grace cameo.
Oh, yeah.
I spotted it straight away. That was amazing.
Thank you. You know, that was just me in the background, just chopping it up with some random person. So thank
So
you.
you can make a career out of just having a drink. Any stain that you
I know,
United
right?
States, you'd
Like,
be fine.
Every like background gig I do, I'm like drinking something non-alcoholic.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
No, congrats.
Thank you.
My thoughts on Days this week. This week I was in love with Abby, and I'm already in love with Marcy Miller, but I thought she was fantastic. That dream sequence, amazing. Hitting Ben, amazing. Her chemistry with Billy, amazing. When they are together, they are so fun and light and believable as a married couple, as 2 young people in a relationship. It's so real. I love Kate Mansi, and everyone knows I love Kate Mansi, but their relationship was just different. I mean, Kate was sort of like an edgy, more stylish, more fun, kind of hip Abby, and I feel like Marcy's Abby is just more grounded, more of an adult, and they just work together so well. So I'm in love.
But I always, I've always described the 2 Abigails because it took some time for people to embrace Marcy. You have to remember, Kate was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs at one point. And then this is post that. So, of course, her take on Abigail is going to be different because she's gone through this treatment and everything like that. So, of course, everything wasn't going to be as it was. And I thought they brought her in at a great moment. So, and now she's just killing it. So, there's that.
Killing it.
Adorable.
Killing it. I'm loving Bonnie. That white dress. I heard you and Mark talking about it either last week or the week before.
Yes.
And I think they mentioned when Judy was playing Adrian that she had set up an appointment with a plastic surgeon to have reconstructive surgery. I mean, how quickly they do that in Salem is amazing, and the quality of the work is fantastic.
Right,
but I
right.
think it was discussed. It was discussed on air. So,
okay,
but
good.
that white dress, she's crazy. I mean, that was outrageous.
That white dress was everything. Yeah. Like, I feel like
she looked great. She looked hot.
Yeah, either one of us would have worn that to the wedding. Why not? Why not?
I don't wear dresses, but okay.
I mean, we don't either, but in our mind.
Yeah, maybe Mark.
Oh!
And that's it. Like, what else happened? I feel like outside of the wedding. Oh, this is my last thing I want to say.
Yeah.
Casey Moss looked amazing. That suit, tailored to perfection.
Yeah.
That color, the burgundy, the wine, whatever you want to call it,
mm-hmm.
amazing. He's hot, but you don't have to be necessarily good looking to be hot. You can if you pull off a look and you have attitude, you can be hot without being terribly good looking. But
right.
he looked stunningly beautiful and hot altogether.
He did look good.
Perfection.
He did.
Best dressed at that wedding.
Yeah, I did like that suit on him.
He looks good in anything.
I mean,
or not anything.
Or nothing. Yeah.
Those shirtless Carey.
Oh.
Last year at Day of Days, he was wearing a shirt that was a shirt.
That's it for me this week. I'll give a shout out to Kevin O'Connell too. I know him in real life.
Oh.
He knows me by my other name.
Of course.
He wasn't getting it in the chat room, but now he will. So hey there, Kevin.
Oh,
and,
yeah, shout out to Kevin.
Go.
Yay, thanks for shouting him out, and thank him for being in our chat live. I appreciate that. And keep spreading the word, Mike Riley.
He's an awesome dude, and so are you guys.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Bye, Mike.
Bye.
Bye, Mike. What were you saying?
Last year at Day of Days, Casey Moss was wearing like a polo shirt that, again, back to what I was saying a couple weeks ago, like the baby tees. He was wearing one like so tight that his abs were like, he would go like this and you just saw the outline of his abs.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, like he's a lot more cut than he used to be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if different workout regimen or what, but
he's been working out.
Yeah.
Looks like we have a caller on the line. Hello, caller. Welcome. You are live on AfterBuzz TV's Dishin Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Tony. It's Carolyn Topol.
Carolyn Topol. How
Carolyn.
you been, girl?
Good. I've been watching you on the off days. I finally was able to come in on chat day.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Look, I was starting to wonder because I've looked through this chat and I'm like, where has Carolyn Topol been? And I'm like, she's probably off doing her show that she has now on TV in her area.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah.
Or writing a new interview or article about Days. Yeah, I keep up with you, Carolyn Topol.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
What were your thoughts on this week of Days?
Well, I have to say, I think that Ron Carlivati and Sherry Anderson and Ryan Kwan are rocking the script.
Right? I totally agree with you.
And I think that the fact that they are bringing in history in an appropriate way really, really worked for me. I mean, I have to tell you, when Freddie did those scenes, when Sonny was remembering during Abigail's vows, which I thought was really well done.
Yeah.
That choked me up.
Yeah.
That choked me up.
It was such a powerful moment because, of course, in that moment after, someone blurts something out like that someone that you truly loved is possibly still alive and you've had 2 years to recover and you're now in this moment with someone else and then he played that so well.
Did you guys see when there was a moment where the camera was moving and Christopher Sean went to grab Freddie's hand and Freddie pulled it away? Did you guys see that? I noticed it out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
I saw movement.
I don't know if that was just in Freddie's headspace. Like, you saw what?
I just saw like a movement, like he jerked or something. I didn't really see the hand thing. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was like a choice or just like a reaction.
Yeah. What's that, Carolyn?
The other thing I was going to say was that I think by the end of the week, we saw a little turn in Paul that we haven't seen. He's sort of been the sweet, warm, supportive, peaceful guy. And I think we're going to see some changes in him because he's not going to like what's happening now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, because
and I think we started seeing that.
Yeah, he's like, Will's dead,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like being rejected twice.
Yeah.
Because
his frustration's coming out.
Yeah. Because he was like, he was obviously in love with Sonny. and by accident slept with Will, but then realized like, oh, this is like Sonny's person, but then he still had feelings for Sonny. And now, you know, when you feel like you're winning and then someone reminds you that you're going to have to take an L for a second and like, you know, deal with this. And I think he's trying to be supportive, but at the same time, he's trying to be happy. Yeah.
He's frustrated, but he wants to be supportive.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
But I think what's going to happen is he's going to start, even if he thinks, well, I think he's beginning to believe, like Sonny, that there might be a chance, and I think we're going to start seeing, and this is just me guessing, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I would love to see his sort of a little bit of the sleazy guy who was trying to put one over on Will at times.
Yeah.
Before things got ridiculous
Yeah.
after a while and prolonged. I think we're going to start seeing that side of Paul Narita again.
Yeah, and I think for him, I think he feels like there's probably some truth, but he's trying to be like, no, like it doesn't make sense.
He doesn't want to let himself believe it.
Yeah, but he's just he's just going to support Sonny. He wants to like let him, you know, investigate it so that they can move on. So, but I think he kind of thinks it's real. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Tonight's show was great. I'm glad I got to tune in, and so glad I got to talk to you.
Me too. Are you coming to Day of Days?
You bet. I'm going to see you, I hope.
Okay. Yeah, we are going to see each other, so we make sure that happens.
Okay. Good.
Yay. Well, thank you for calling in, and I'm so glad you were able to watch live today.
Thank you so much. Take care, everybody.
All right, you too.
Carolyn.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I love Carolyn. She's one of the fans, one of the many fans that have been with us since like day one. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Hello, caller. Welcome. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Brittany?
Is this Brittany?
Yeah.
Do you have us on speaker? Hello?
Yeah, I took it off.
Yeah, come on the phone, girl.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
She was on hold.
Brittany, where are you calling from?
Bakersfield. I've called in before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought this was, Brittany is a very common name. I wanted to make sure this was the right Brittany.
Okay.
Yeah, last time I was here, you called Brittany.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts, Brittany, on this week's episodes of Days?
I thought it was really good, like with the wedding and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of makes you think, is Will really alive?
Yeah. I really wanted I wanted a little bit more. Like I wanted more of an explanation as to why he felt Will was alive.
He was saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
He just kept stalling.
I just wanted him to, at least by Friday, just blurt it out.
Yeah.
Or
have a hint at least, like
or have written it down. Or have written it down like Marlena had asked, and then for Marlena's reaction to be like, "Oh my God," and then cut. So I don't know.
Well, we did find out that Clyde told him.
That's not enough.
I know it's a very little sliver, but
it's a very little sliver. What else, Brittany? Really quick before we have to jet off.
The thing with Eric and Brady and Nicole, I like how Chloe was telling her what really was going on, because I was kind of getting annoyed with Brady.
I think everyone's
he's doing that quite well.
In that state with Brady.
Good job, Eric.
Yeah. Well,
it's intentional.
I know, right?
Well, thank you, Brittany, for calling in, and of course, thank you for your ongoing support. We appreciate it.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thanks,
Brittany.
Bye. All right. Whew. Well, we'll just have to stay tuned to what happens next on Days. Before we go, Dave, let everyone know where the fine folks who are watching us live can tweet ya or
I'm
Instagram
not on
ya.
tweet. I should. I mean,
Twitter.
I should go on since I've been on here a couple times now. You can find me on Instagram at Mr. D Carey, and you also can find me on Facebook at Dave Carey.
And Michael, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at mlmattis1 and on Instagram at mlmattis No one. Just Emma Mattis.
No one.
No one. Just
No
no
one.
one. Emma Mattis.
No one. Well, and of course, you guys can find us, the show, at DISHIN Days on Facebook and Instagram, or _DISHIN Days on Twitter. And you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Dave and Michael, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. And
always a good time.
Mark, get it together, girl.
Yeah, Mark.
And we'll see you guys next Sunday for another full recap of NBC's #1 hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Thanks, y'all. Happy Sunday.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Matanunos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments and questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.